Oh, Leanne, that's great. This is such a little sweetie right here. Let me see this. Oh my gosh, are you asleep back there? Let me pet that a little bit.
It's growing a little bit.
Take care of that for you.
A little lady.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
All right, we're going to get Owen's take on what we were just talking about, Leanne's, but first, we're going to talk to these folks. Again, I have this rule. We're always constantly talking about politics and interesting things, not on camera. I'm tempted to just set up live feeds at the stations, so when people want to, they can just hit a button, we go live on the web. In fact, that's next phase. This is literally, Leanne didn't know I was about to do this, but
Big Brother is always watching.
Big Brother's always watching here as we fight Big Brother. But seriously, let's talk to Millie Weaver and crew. Gavin, you guys, we were just talking about something that everybody's been saying. I mean, the liberty movement is the real liberals, and we are the real avant-garde, and the numbers show that. I was talking to the New York Times today, and they're like, yeah, we know your numbers. Yeah, 45 million a week, that's conservative. And I'm like, yeah, so Seinfeld didn't have that. I mean, and we're not bragging. It's this paradox where, well, we're still mainstream, so it's what's important. Eyeballs are eyeballs, and we're winning. And all over the world, globalism is in major crisis. So, Millie, what are they going to do? Go ahead and sit down like you were. Relax.
Okay. All right. So we were just talking about how, conservatism is the new punk rock. It's the new cool thing to do to rebel against the establishment. Just how we saw with Joy Villa when she revealed her glamorous Make America Great Again dress on the red carpet, which had all the liberals wanting to rip their eyeballs out. They just couldn't stand it. They couldn't also try to say, oh, you're a racist for wearing that dress because, if you look, Joy Villa is an African-American woman. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video right here. It's pretty awesome.
Have you ever heard of Joy Villa? Neither had I until last night. Joy Villa became a star overnight when she attended the Grammys and stole the show. The singer-songwriter dashingly removed her flowing white cloak, only to reveal a Donald Trump Make America Great Again flag turned into a dress. Stunning the crowd, she proudly displayed her courage and beauty to a rush of cameras. Despite backlash from the tolerant left on social media, and who knows what from her peers at the Shammies, America actually showed vast support for Joy as she gained more than 50,000 Twitter followers overnight, was overwhelmed with support, and her album sales jumped over 18,000% to the top of Amazon and number 7 on iTunes. Let this serve as a marketing example and business model for America. Conservative values, anti-PC culture, and real unity and patriotism, this is what is truly popular amongst consumers. Villa said, you can either stand for what you believe in or fall for what you don't. No one else but Joy Villa made the Grammys great again. This is Owen Schroyer for Infowars.com.
And there you go. So that's the point you're making. I'm going to drag Leanne here in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, we have Generation X and Generation Z now that's really kind of taking to conservatism, and they're going out against the grain, speaking out, and that's what we're seeing with Joy Villa, and we're seeing it with young Generation Z. But at the same time, I've been really trying to focus on millennials and Generation Y because they are a massive generation. 70 million people are millennials, and we need to wake them up from their brainwashed programming.
And let's be clear, this just hit me, and of course it's common sense what I'm saying. Half the time I say very simple stuff, people are like, yeah, we already know that. Exactly, but mainstream media won't say it. Generation, the whole millennial generation was kind of in between the internet and not, but still kind of bought into the system. And so they were kind of able to use the early internet with fat people on treadmills and kind of dumb down BS to just turn them into video game heads. But now really young people, because I know them, I mean my kids are that age, are just totally breaking without us even telling them. And I go to school events and other school events and it's like, Alex Jones, but they're like, we want to know Paul Watson or Gavin McInnes or somebody else or Millie. So it's so exciting. I mean, even The Daily Show gets this now. They're like, how does this lady on the internet have 80 million views on one video? What's her name? We were talking about the girl that's on Glenn Beck's network.
Oh, Tomi Lahren.
Yeah, Tomi Lahren. I mean, she's already way bigger than Glenn Beck ever was, just because they see her as more real and authentic and younger. And that's a young crowd that would never listen to Glenn Beck. See, I don't even really listen to her. But the point is, is that Paul Watson, has that many views as well. He's got some videos with 30, 40 million views. His average video, like 5 million. He's had 2 this week, 12 million, 14 million. This is bone crushing. Top TV shows on network TV that have $10 million budgets, don't have that many viewers. I mean, this is insane, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we have to really recognize how seismic it is, and that the globalists still don't get how they've been defeated. They still believe, but I'm an old man like George Soros. I watch Saturday Night Live, and so we're making fun of them, so we're winning there. Yeah. But it's not working. So it's amazing. Look, I dominate talk radio, and we dominate all sorts of old mediums as well. And Infowars is popular. I have a lot of videos myself every week with 1 million views, 2 million views. I've had some things with 30 million views. But I'll be honest, when it comes to hitting the Generation Z, people like Paul Watson are totally dominating. And that is a beautiful, wonderful thing, because it shows, again, humans always end up basically, I don't use the word evolve, but clicking against things that are being forced on them. And the young people totally get this is complete Pink Floyd, another brick in the wall, oppression of the young people. You will submit, you're bad, use this language we say. And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What made America great? Low taxes, freedom, the Second Amendment, knowing how to hunt, knowing how to fish. And I don't care if they're black, Hispanic, white, northern, southern, western, or they live in England or Germany or Russia or Mexico or Brazil. The youth are super conservative and anti-abortion and pro-gun. They just get it. They're like, what the hell? We want to be free. We don't want all this crap. And it's huge. And so here's the deal. We're getting governors put on us on Facebook, Twitter. Biggest Joe Rogan podcast ever when I came on there. It's over 40 million views right now. And he's got the internal dashboard and all the rest of it. They're not letting it go to the very top all-time iTunes podcast. David, pop in if you want to. We're having a big rant.
He sent out a screenshot on Google saying, why is the 9/11 episode not here? He had 9/10 and 9/12. And he's asking why 30 minutes later, it suddenly magically goes up. But it's after him putting out a tweet and showing people that it's not even there.
But then they took it off again a few days later. They don't want to admit censorship because that turns us into the Sex Pistols. I don't think the Sex Pistols were that good, but the point is they tried to ban the Sex Pistols when they were only moderately popular. They became worldwide #1 with people trying to go ban them. And I'm saying they're trying to ban people saying let's lower taxes and bring everybody together of every color. Because they want to say you're KKK. We're like, no, we're not. Shut up, you're off the air. Yeah. I mean, let me tell you what they banned. When we have some viral video of a super articulate white guy and super articulate black guy talking and coming together and hugging each other, and the thing gets 5 million views, boom, it's blocked. We've had it. It's the good stuff they don't want, folks. They want to keep control of us. And Millie, jump back in and also bring Leanne over here. Go ahead.
So Generation Z is going to be voting in 2020 in the next election. So my prediction is that it's going to be Generation Z teaming up with Generation X to take on Generation Y and the older generations. This is very important, and this is why it's so so important that Generation X has been out there, making it cool to be conservative. It's punk rock now. We got Generation Z in here. Well, this is the problem. Millennials actually view socialism favorably, and the numbers on this are absolutely alarming. They don't know how many people were actually killed from communism. They don't realize, if you were to actually ask them, they're saying, oh, no KKK, no fascists, no USA. Well, ask them, do you know the definition of fascism? Do you know what it actually is? They don't.
Fascism, dumbasses. You go, no USA, no KKK, no fascists. The United States fought that. Doesn't mean we're perfect, but this used to be the freest country. We're fighting to keep it free, but you people are the ones trying to get rid of that. All you know is to hate America, and you've never been to Central America. You've never been to Eastern Europe. You've never been to Asia. You sure as hell never been to the Middle East. Go ahead.
Well, the reason why millennials hate America is this. This is the key. They were coming of age when the Great Recession happened. They saw their parents losing their houses, losing their cars, the industry jobs going away. They saw the economy tanking. So when they were coming of age and out there, they feel like they didn't get a fair shake. And so that's why they don't actually think that the American capitalist system can benefit them. They've never seen it it's positive light, like the
sure.
older generations
Well, they
have.
also sit on their ass and go to colleges that are trying to, teach them to feel sorry for themselves.
Be a victim.
And then meanwhile, Hillary goes, oh, yeah, we got a bunch of baristas in our party. They made you baristas. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, a barista usually makes more money than somebody with 2 college degrees. I know baristas that make $100,000 a year in Austin, and people with 3 degrees, a PhD, and they're bagging groceries at the grocery store. So again, I'm not bashing college. It's that they didn't want real higher education in the West and a real renaissance. They got rid of the great thing that was college. They've turned it into an absolute crap hole. And then they've got to dumb you down and give you a mental illness liberal operating system where you're all chip on the shoulder so you don't turn against them 5 years later when you don't have a job. They're making you victims because they've effed you over with a political virus to end the intellectual debate, to have a monopoly on real discussion. In Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge killed you if you had an education or glasses because it meant you could read. Here, they just send you to education and then brainwash you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say something first. What Alex said about the views and the astronomical views that we're getting, Paul Watson's getting, it's not just the views that scares him. It's the information behind those views, because it's not a cat running on a treadmill or anything stupid you could think of, like making people laugh or whatever. It's real information. It's presenting it in a light that's informative, and it lets people decide. We're not telling you how to think. We're showing you information and saying, what do you think about that? And that's the difference between us and people like the Antifa who want to shout down and beat people who don't agree with their weird ass point of view.
Right.
And that's why we're going to defeat them. And it's going to be really fun watching that happen.
And most people that work here, I didn't hire them because they were conservative or liberal. A lot of them, though, I would call what classical liberals, like Rob do, was anti-illegal wars, pro-marijuana legalization, all this other stuff. That's a freedom person. That's who I hired, one of the former top directors of the Jewelry Channel. Before that, he worked for Tokyo Electric, just a regular guy. People with tattoos, long hair. I don't give a damn. It wasn't about, we're all fake conservatives around here and all the rest of it, this BS. We were against Bush. We were against Clinton. They're the establishment. Trump has the whole power structure against him. As I keep saying, Goldman Sachs gave zero money to Trump, folks. Everything to Hillary. And I keep getting these emails and comments. Oh, look, you had Goldman Sachs people in there. What matters is the results. And this is a true revolution, folks. And they got the Republicans working overtime to undermine him right now. He is so surrounded, but he won't act like he's in great peril, because he knows he has to build America's confidence in the stock market and make us believe in ourselves again. They've broken our will. The universities are all about making you feel bad about yourself, folks, because you're so powerful. They want to make you think you're pieces of shit. They're the pieces of shit. Sorry, go ahead, Leah.
Well, there's a Star Wars analogy here too, Alex, which you're going to love. Okay, who was it? It was the stormtrooper who decided to rebel, who helped them defeat the station in Episode 7. And then you go back to Rogue One. It was the guy on the inside who said, I know how to take down the power station. That's like this. That's what Bannon and Munchkin are. Those guys are literally working for the Empire, but they know how to take down the Empire.
Right.
And
so
they're
you got to see it
doing
like that. And they're
blowing up the whole agenda.
Exactly.
He's about to move to reform the Federal Reserve, cut taxes on poor people. He pulled out of TPP. That was the leftist dream. Go ahead.
Well, that's good. I mean, we'll have to make a skit about that because that's really key. And kind of also just touching on how you were saying them controlling information. Now they're showing just proof, evidence that Twitter is actually silencing any positive tweets that are in response to something that Donald Trump will tweet out. It's all negative comments, anything you see there. So all the positive reinforcement, he gets tens of thousands of likes on his tweets, but none of those positive comments are anywhere to be found. So you're seeing that they're trying to control this information. But Millie really made
That's a key point. They're starting to block Trump. They're starting to, he needs to speak out against that.
Yeah, I mean,
and Paul Ryan and all them are against him. They won't tell you this.
Right, and they're silencing all of the positive reinforcement.
Do a video on how Trump's being censored. Tell folks.
Yes.
I had the New York Times ask me, how's he being censored? How are you being censored?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, if you go look on his Twitter, he used to get tons of people with positive reinforcement. Yeah, go Trump. But now it's all negative, and anyone who posts a positive comment about Donald Trump, their comment will be deleted from the thread.
Or it goes into the see more, where if you're just scrolling.
And by the way, Trump isn't technical. He's 70. I mean, he's more technical than I am. But I'm not putting him down. But he's not technical. He doesn't know. He needs that feedback. He cares about people. He loves talking to crowds. They're trying to sequester him by himself. I mean, they're running a psychological operation against the president. See, how can I go home tonight? This is all so important. And there's so much censorship, I can't keep track of it. And again, they upvote all the negative crap. They're openly censoring Trump's Twitter. They remember 2 months ago they said we should just take it away from him.
Right.
If
Now
they
they're
can
not gonna
take
it away, they're just gonna funnel.
they're just gonna slowly chop it all up until there's nothing left.
See how much everyone hates Trump? It's all negative comments in his Twitter. No one who's actually supporting this guy, and it's all the optics. They want to control those optics. Millie, you made a great point earlier, just talking about how you speak to so many people, man, on the street.
Yeah,
they don't even know what fascism
exactly.
is. And you have people like, you have people, Meryl Streep coming out saying that she is just so proud. She's going to fight the brown shirts at every turn. Talking about the Trump supporters who were telling her to shut up and entertain us. And it's like, what are you talking about? Where were you at Berkeley when there were actually fascists there burning down the building, shutting down free speech?
Yeah,
Now-
on college campus.
Now, let me troll the media, because I'm going to show all you this. Come on over here, Zimmerman.
Control the media.
I'm going to turn around. Listen, I'm going to troll the media. Do you have good light, both of us here? Mm-hmm. Now, this is how deceptive they are. A lady calls into my show, and she says, that tornado that just hit Oklahoma, it was so big, biggest ever. Did Obama create it, because it's on History Channel, that they have weather weapons? And I said, no, ma'am, that's Tornado Alley. This has always happened. And they do have weather weapons, but I doubt he did it. That turns into I say he sent a tornado. Or I look at both sides. I say they had a debate last night with Rob Dew. One guy that thinks all the Sandy Hook shooting, tragic event was real. One person says it's all fake. We get criticized by both sides. We look at the anomalies and say, we don't know. It's hard to believe they faked it all. But I can see how they think, the whole thing's staged. I guess it is if you look at that view. They take it out of context again. This is what they do. But here's the deal. They go and lie and spin when you're seeing the real context. Like when I talk about Hillary is responsible directly for killing kids and rape and murder, funding ISIS. They cut the ISIS part off, put it on NPR, put it on Fox News. So I'm going to let you, we're taping this, we're going to put it out basically unedited. I'm going to put this out, okay? You saw what really happened. The media will take this, and they will edit it and say this is going on. But this is an exercise in how they're narcissists, because millions of you will see what really happened, but they won't care. They will take it and edit it. I know them, and I talked to Leanne because this is a joke McBreen made. I know it was an ongoing joke around the office. I said this is comic genius, because I'm gonna tell you what happens after we do it. Okay, so and then you'll see the joke, but because this happens all over the office. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Leanne, that's great. This is such a little sweetie right here. Let me see this. Oh my gosh, are you asleep back there? Let me pet that a little bit.
It's growing a little bit.
Take care of that for you.
A little lady.
Oh, and then look.
Infowars babysitting right here. Oh my gosh! Everyone's walking around petting me from behind, and
here's the deal. So I spoil the crew if they're hardworking folks, and I like dogs myself. So a lot of the ladies have their little babies. They're dogs, and they bring their dogs to work, which is fine. It boosts morale. I love them. But then the joke is, Leanne's walking around, and I'm literally sitting there today in Dude's office going, yeah, man, that's really great. Oh, my little sweetie baby, you're so good. I love this little chihuahua. And then McBreen goes, look at that. It looks completely like I'm doing that. And then I learned it's an ongoing joke, because all these men are walking over going, oh my, but imagine you're turning around, and you're talking to somebody. Oh, hi, how you doing, Leanne? We'll meet later. Oh my gosh, this is such a little cutesy. How you doing? Oh, let me give you a little treat. Here you go. And then meanwhile, it's back there. But see, that's an example of how they deceive and how they manipulate. So I thought it was the funniest joke ever. I didn't know it had been ongoing for weeks. Leanne, tell us about the dog.
He is just absolutely wonderful, little Merlin, and I'm so thankful he gets to help me fight the info war at work. And yes, this is how he is carried about.
And Leanne, let's be clear, because they have all those made-up rumors. I've never really done that.
No, you've never actually come and stroked my behind and said sweet nothings to it.
That's an amazing rumor out there. You are a beautiful lady and a great patriot as well, but that's just not going on.
Well, and that's just the key. I mean, that's how they can distort anything and turn it into a big story on Media Matters. And
it's just more of their trying to lie, twist things, manipulate things. They want to shut down free speech any way they can, because they don't want open debates and discussion, because then they'll be proven wrong.
Exactly. Zimmerman, did you get a good shot? Because I want to make sure we're in the line. Because the optical is
Did you get this?
Here, yeah. Come on over here. Stand right here. Okay. Now imagine Because this has happened to people in the office. Because now, like 3 weeks.
It's actually, we're standing over there and talking to Millie. And
Yeah, so it happens all the time because we even had like repair people here and delivery people, and they literally see crew members because she wears the dog on her back going, "Oh yeah, you're so sweet. Look at you." And again, that's an optical illusion. I'm petting.
What are you doing, Alex?
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. Is it okay if I pet it? Is it okay if I pet it?
That's it.
Can I give it a treat?
He likes that.
Can I give it a treat?
That's really nice, actually.
Does it like treats?
Wow.
Been-
It's
I've
gotten
been working-
bigger. I feel like it's gotten bigger.
It's doubled in size actually in the
Wow.
last few weeks.
Oh man, you've been feeding it. Then.
It's all the love and attention. He's
Well, hey, we
getting.
like big dogs, but this is a little one actually. Anyway, so see, that's how the joke works. And you watch, they will put that on national TV because they think you're dumb. Well, you know what? We don't care. I gotta tell you, that is one of the. Why was I let in for weeks on this joke though?
Well, we just tried
Millie,
to keep
sorry,
it
I'm interrupting you.
outside, out of mind.
Leanne, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, I'll just tell you guys a little bit about what happened today on, University of Texas when, I'm just going around asking students questions that some might find, a little bit politically incorrect. And next thing I know, I get harassed by these commies. And the commie agitators get really mad when you try to ask people questions. I mean, we've seen it with UC Berkeley, and then even now today I saw it again where these girls were selling these little cookies on a stand, and when I went and tried to talk to them, they're like, "Don't talk to them, you're not allowed to talk to them." And they were literally bullied into silence. So when I'm going around trying to talk to students and ask them their political opinions, most students are terrified now
They've
to
been bullied.
even talk.
I don't mean to interrupt, but just imagine how it looks. It's hard to not pick. Look, come here, look. Imagine Leanne's sitting there, and this is like poking out. You're like, all you can do is, oh, yeah, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh. Is it okay if I give it a kiss? Here you go.
It's one big happy family here.
Try that on Comedy Central. And again, they'll say that's bad. It's just, that is organic comedy. Here, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, you want to choose.
Well, no, I just think it's very key. Glad to have you on board because this is, we're lucky, I think, at Infowars to be surrounded by millennials who know what's up and who totally get it. It gives me hope. But you do see so many of them out there that have no idea what fascism means and that they're fighting for this. And then you have these entertainers coming out and saying that, fight, resist, riot against Trump. And I just loved seeing Joy Villa come out with her dress and just stick it right, beautiful, and just stick it right in the face. And that should be kind of a message to anyone out there that it's time to stand up for what you believe in. Don't be afraid of being silenced by these losers.
Merlin's the real rock star. Pull
Merlin
out.
is the real rock star.
And I knew your other dog really
Let's
sweet.
unveil
Passed on.
Merlin. Watch, we need to get Merlin Make America Great Again, like bandana or something.
Look at this creature. That's Leanne's real boyfriend right there.
Yeah. In closing.
No, it's your sweetie. Tell us about Merlin.
He's a Chihuahua, almost 5 months old.
Merlin's not
Loves
spoiled,
fighting
is
the
he?
Infowar.
Merlin's not spoiled, is he?
Very spoiled.
Can you imagine how many viewers out there are jealous
he's-
of Merlin? I am.
He is a gremlin. He doesn't like the bright lights.
I was gonna say this is actually the least spunky he's ever been when the camera's on him.
Yeah, he's usually a big. He's usually a big ham. I guess he is surrounded by cameras. Merlin, look at that. You're a superstar, Merlin. Merlin, where's your mommy?
Mr. Merle.
Where's the mommy? Give her a kiss. Give her a kiss.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, give him a good kiss. We gotta edit that. And it can't be all awkward. Come back over here. This is gonna be viral.
Don't be awkward. Give the doggy a good kiss.
I'll give it a kiss. How could you not kiss something this beautiful? You're a good creature. Merlin likes me. Don't you, Merlin? Here, I'll take Merlin's mine now. Am I King Arthur? This is a secret. There you go. You think that was too much? Can you
Very
imagine?
serious fighting the info war here.
No,
Wow.
but the thing is, here's the deal.
Now we get it why Hillary Clinton says we need fun camps.
Here's the key, exactly. In the final equation, why are we screwing around having fun here? Because these people want to killjoy everything, control language, make everything bad, make everybody making a joke bad. They want to restrict our free speech, and they attack deplorables, they attack events that are fun, because they don't want us to have fun. They want us, like you were saying, Millie, and like you were saying, Leanne, at the campuses, they're scared to talk to people. And so this is BS. They're trying to break men away from men, women away from women, men away from women, the whole thing. They're trying to end the human culture. People don't go outside. They watch TV all day. They don't have barbecues together. They don't come together. The way to really have a future is for everybody, no matter what color you are or what gender you are, to just come together as humans around real productivity and an open, free society. Owen?
Well, that's kind of what I think Joy Villa represented. And it's funny because, you know, she's considered a minority. People that look at her, they say, oh, she's a minority. And the person that designed the dress is an immigrant. So what are they going to do? They can't say, oh, you're racist. And they can't say, oh, you're anti-immigrant. So it's like this beautiful thing where it's true, what Alex is saying. It's just pro-patriotism. It's coming together to be patriots. That's it. It's not about skin color. Honestly, if you look into Joy Villa, she's actually a pretty diverse woman. She's actually a Scientologist, a vegetarian. So there's a lot of other things, but it doesn't matter because she's a patriot, and that's what brings us together. And to go even further about what they were talking about with people trying to silence speech, I've got a guest coming on the Nightly News tomorrow. He was at a Trump protest doing what we did, going around asking people, hey, what are you out here protesting, and getting no answers. And then the leader of the event went to the head microphone and said, don't talk to him. Quit talking to him. So literally, just like the police in Houston wanted to silence conversation, that's what happened at a Trump protest in Canada. So we're going to have that guest tomorrow. Just totally silencing anyone's speech that disagrees with you. In Brazil, there was actually a news story too. There was a hacker that got sensitive material off the Brazilian president's wife's phone. The Brazilian president shut down that story on 2 news publications and threatened to fine the people that printed that story. So then
that'll only make the story better.
And it did. And then I forget who it was, an American.
And that's the key to all this, is that the Streisand effect.
Yeah.
It's the whole Sex Pistols effect I talked about earlier, or now known as the Chihuahua effect. Or the Leanne effect.
The Merlin effect.
The Merlin effect, dude.
Merlin doesn't exist. It's not real. It's Leanne's bottom.
It's my lady lumps.
The dog's not spoiled, though.
No, not at all.
And go ahead, finish your point.
But so like Alex said, that story is probably going to be huge now. They're going to try to bury that news, and it's going to come back and bite the president in his face. He's already being investigated. And right now in Brazil, the guy who looks like he's going to be maybe perhaps leading the way for the next president, Bolsonaro, is kind of the same non-PC type of guy, kind of rubs people the wrong way, but he looks like he might be the only hope right now in Brazil to drain the swamp. But they can't silence us. That's the key. They want to try to silence us. They're going to fail at every angle.
Right,
they
cut
can't.
one head off, 10 more grow.
Exactly.
Hail Hydra!
You got one Alex Jones, now you've got thousands of Alex Jones all around the world. How do you like that? You tried to silence this one. Now look at him.
The leader of Hydra.
Now he's got Merlin.
Here. Do the shot. Hold the thing up. I'm ransoming you for $87 billion.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
All I have to say is don't be afraid to talk to your friends. Don't be afraid to have these conversations on campus or even with other family members or people out there on the street, because these are the important topics that they want us to stop talking about. They want us to be too afraid of political correctness, too afraid to talk politics, so that we don't completely destroy their narratives and reveal the lies in their propaganda. I mean, the fact that we have these millennials not knowing what the real definition of socialism is, they think that it's just, being more generous with government welfare programs. They don't realize the history with socialist nations and communist nations. So we just need to get out there and have those conversations that they're trying to make people afraid to have.
We should encourage all the millennials to go to North Korea and see how great it is.
Yes, and let the world know once and for all who you're really getting your orders from every day.
Merlin. Merlin loves me, see? There you go. That's the boss around here. My fellow InfoWarriors, I am very excited to be able to announce to you the introduction at InfoWarsLife.com of a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWars Life formulations like Survival Shield X2 and Super Male Vitality. Just go to InfoWarsLife.com today, select your favorite product, click on Auto Ship before adding to cart, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. Every time you choose Auto Ship at InfoWarsLife.com, you get 10% off, and you won't have to worry about running out and having to reorder next time. And of course, you can cancel with one click anytime. As you know, I'm all about the idea of a 360 win, and the new auto ship feature at InfoWarsLife.com is a sure win for everybody. A win for liberty, a win for health, and a win when it comes to big savings. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today and save 10% on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting auto ship at checkout. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.